Deacon, you're muted.
Yeah. Yes. Again.
Oh dear.
This is a regular ad, but
Guess what, everybody? Take two.
I mean, it wouldn't be a regular stream if you didn't do that.
Yeah, it's always I'm always forgetting my mic, either for me or for you guys. So again, I'm looking at a minimized screen because I don't know if you guys have seen the streaming studio software. There's a studio mode where you got side by side, so you got edit window and then you got the other. But in order for me to see it on my TV, everything's all shrunken. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at next to nothing. So, hey there, role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. It's deja vu. I think I've heard this before somewhere. So, welcome back to another episode of Southern Expanse, brought to you by Deacon's Table. I'm Deacon Blues, the Dungeon Master of the game. And we're going to go over a little bit of housekeeping before we get into the game and meet our cast of characters, and move forward from there and figure out what's going to happen in this finale episode. This setting is a homebrew setting. It is a Deacon's Table original. It is something that we've been working on to hopefully eventually take to print, whether it be print on demand or otherwise. I'm not going to really get into the whole ordeal of everything, other than the fact that probably we're hoping by the end of 2023 that we will have converted Oyala and Dor over to the Pathfinder 2nd Edition system for continued development and play that way, and that will be under their new license, the Orc license, in whatever form that takes. So we will kind of we'll address that when the time comes. There are other things going on with Deacon's Table as well. The Deacon's Table is open for everybody. We don't pass judgment. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter your gender, your orientation. Everybody is welcome at the table. There is a spot for everybody. There's a voice for everybody. So feel free to join our Discord community, which again, I am going to pop up one more time in our chat window, just so that you guys can see what we're talking about. So feel free to join. It is free to become a member of Deacon's Table, to take part in conversations or in general games, or looking for a DM, or if you're looking for players, or if you just want to find out about role-playing news, you can do that as well. There are a couple of paid tiers that are involved in Deacon's Table, but at the $2.50 a month or $5 a month gives you access to play leveled characters within our online roleplay community, but that also allows those characters then to come into one-shots, into possible streams, or even possible our main streams as a guest appearance. So that's all part of what is included with that, as well as getting early access to anything to do with the Oyala and Dor campaign setting. So that's the role-playing part of things. You guys do know we do other streams. We're still working on the Project Ascension stream that is coming up. That will be on Wednesdays. There is the other stream, which is my world building stream that I'm working on, that will be Saturday mornings, probably at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have our Minecraft stream, which is the VCraft SMP, which features many individuals that are here today, but also the entire community on VCraft SMP, which is growing quite large right now. I think we're getting up in membership. So you never know where we could visit or tour, or right now we're just kind of focusing on our own stuff, but there'll be more involved as we progress in the season for that. I also stream that, by the way, as a casual play during the day, sometimes just a break block stream where I talk to the community and we shoot the shit. That's what we do. So so that's gonna be fun. Now there is some big news right now. And I'm going to kind of hold off on announcing it just yet, but I do have a little bit of details about our upcoming new campaign that will be, it's a short-term campaign that we know of right now, because again, this is all because of scheduling issues. So we have a fill-in stream that will be starting. It is a brand new game. There'll be special guests brought in on probably pretty regular intervals. At least we're looking forward to doing that. So stay tuned for that later this episode in our finale here, and we'll get to some details. So with that, I want to go around and find out who is, who are these characters that you're going to be following. This is a very interesting blend of player characters that are all members of the pirate ship known as the Tainted Heart. So let's find out who they are. And right now they are, of course, inside of a bar within on the island of Whitemane. Sorry, apologize for that. Just kind of getting back to my notes. You guys are inside the Drunken Clam Inn, and you were all having some good times, having a few drinks and talking and sitting in the corner and whatnot, when in barged, Gold Thumb Lizzie. And Gold Thumb Lizzie, of course, is a short little, about 3 foot tall gnome with looks like a pretty hefty coin purse that is very well strapped and attached to her belt. She does have looks like a short sword on her other hip. When she comes in, her hair is all done up in a ponytail that goes down her back, and she has come in search of the crew that has been in here relaxing and having a good time. So when she looks across the room and she sees the table with all of you sitting at it, and she sees Mr. Knockfin. What is Mr. Knockfin, and what would people see when they look over?
In a place like this, they would see an easy mark. They would be wrong, but that's what they would see. He's hunched over. He's got the quarterstaff and like on the hood. He looks like he's like 80. But again, it's all in the way he presents himself, and so.
And he just might be 80, because what is Knockfin?
He's a total storm sorcerer, so yeah, it's possible.
You never know. They can live a long time.
They live quite a long time, I think. Yeah, so that is very possible, I suppose. I never thought about that, actually.
So she does make eye contact with you, and then she, of course, turns, goes around the table a little bit and sees probably the largest figure at the table right now, Daksha. What does she see when she spots Daksha?
A very large individual, a Luxodon, dressed in a kind of combination monk attire / like Indian tradesman style, and sometimes carving a little bit of wood while she's sitting there,
Whittling an object or two.
Yep.
And if I do recall, at this point in time, Daksha is slightly inebriated. If I remember correctly. So you've kind of got a drunken Loxodon, at the table. Now, not.
She does try to depart from that situation so she doesn't get worse.
Yeah, unfortunately, the person sitting right next to her, we will skip over, but we'll go to the person next to him, and that would be Gabrielle. What does she see when she spots Gabrielle at the table?
Well, you'll see a very young-looking Triton warlock. She has her cloak, around her, and her tentacles are like hiding up under her robe. She's trying not to get in trouble. And just kind of looking around, trying not to cause too much trouble.
Okay. And of course, beside the good old Triton is our feathered friend, and that would be Whistler. What other than the fact that you have feathers would people notice? And you're drunk.
Yes, they would see a very, very plastered crow person in almost cultish like garbs.
Mm-hmm.
Just hunched over with his staff, and he is now just falling over himself now.
Okay, and then of course our other individual that is sitting between Gabrielle and Daksha is Mr. John Cardinal, the wood elf pirate that is there, and also probably the most inebriated at the entire table. He is up there, but that's quite common, I think, for him. Looking around the room, of course, this is your typical, pirate based base of operations as a tavern and inn. It's the rowdiest of the rowdy, the most haggard of the haggard. It is quite the place where you can find almost anything for a price, and maybe even get rid of anything or anyone for a price. You never know. So the Drunken Clam is the place that most individuals come when their ship is docked in the harbor here. And that is where everybody is. So Lizzie has come in. She sees all of you. She looks over and as she approaches the table, she says, "The captain is requesting your assistance. Her brother has been taken, along with one of your own, Hinkle Surefoot." What is your
That's
response?
Oh. Is he not supposed to be our leader? We will definitely have to...
This comes from the captain?
Yes, it does. That's where Tinkle was sent by the captain back here to Whitemane a little bit earlier than you guys, because her brother has been asked by the Pirate Council was asked to report to Rustfall, which is where the council convenes and lives, and that is at the center of the island, and it's about a day's travel from here. But that was 4 days ago that they left, and they have not yet arrived. So she's a little bit concerned. It is her only surviving family member. And of course, she doesn't like leaving any of her crew behind at all. So having Tinkle go missing at the same time just adds to that. So she really needs your guys' help.
Anything for the captain?
Well,
the cap said he didn't get in trouble this time.
Looks like, but I'm willing to help.
Lizzie kind of leans over right now, and she says, "Well, if you don't, I'm sure you don't want to head out into the island at night. I'm sure you'll probably want to leave in the morning." So she reaches down and she starts to untie the large coin pouch that's at her hip, and as she does, she opens it up, and it doesn't come free from her belt. When she unties it, it just kind of opens the purse a little bit. She reaches in and she pulls out some coin and she tosses them across the table. There are 5 platinum pieces that she just throws onto the table. And she says, "This should get you some food for tonight, some more drink. And, if you want to stay here as well, you can. Or you can return to the ship for the night and take off, following the road in the morning. My advice to you guys, follow the main road towards Rustfall and try to retrace their steps to see what might have happened. Hopefully nothing tragic. I mean, the island itself is pretty wild. It's not very big, but there are some known dangers out there. So,
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Who did we lose?
Aksha.
And that's weird that
I'll let you know there is a snowstorm passing through.
Illinois.
Like a very, very, very nasty snowstorm passing through tonight, so it may affect some people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to come through here.
Ottawa's supposed to get 15 plus centimeters. Like it is a nasty.
Yeah, we're expecting it. I've had to cancel appointments and that too. So
yeah,
we're supposed to get started about 8 o'clock, and it's supposed to snow all the way through.
Yeah, so
I looked at the radar. It's horrible. Texas is getting tornadoes and snowstorms right now.
Is Texas? So
I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I did not want to go through another 40-mile-an-hour wind.
Well, we don't have the video, but do we have the audio for you, Docsher? Are you still there?
I can hear her, but I don't know if you guys can.
No.
Honey, I can't hear you over the stream. I can only hear you visibly.
No, I can't hear her at all.
That's not good.
We'll try that again.
Hang
Oh, wait.
on.
hold on.
She's muted. Better?
I don't know.
I hear you.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Oh, and we see you.
Hey,
Yay, you're back.
Hey.
I had no idea.
That's
Bad
okay.
storms, honey. Bad snowstorms
Yeah,
are coming
that's what-
through.
Oh, I heard all of you
Is it-
guys and everything. I didn't know you couldn't hear me.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
I
there's
can
a-
hear you, but that's because you're in the other room.
So she just
Yeah, I
says
know.
you can return to the captain when you have any kind of news or word, or if you have any further questions. She's at the ship right now. But other than that, you guys can leave. Well, if you want to leave tonight, you can. But again, leaving in the morning is probably best.
Okay.
I don't
And with
think
that,
leaving
she
tonight would be a good idea.
She says,
we
and if
don't
you
want
look-
to be exploring this isle at night. That's dangerous.
Unfortunately, you see Whistler getting up.
just pushes him back down.
Well, Whistler,
think you're
if you
going?
want to go out on your own, that's your choice. But we're gonna be having.
We do not need another
Kenku
missing party
stew
member
for dinner.
or cooked bird or whatever.
Yeah. I
The
mean, there
ship
are
here-
dangers. There are known dangers in Whitemane, and some of them
Well-
include the actual other pirates themselves. So
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say it's a pirate island
Yeah.
at night. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
No.
kind of self-explanatory, isn't it?
Yeah.
As far as Whistler's concerned, he's hearing a friend in danger. He's going to.
And she's just like,
I
no.
said, if you want to go out on your own, that's your choice. But we're gonna be having Kenku stew for dinner tomorrow night. So
anybody watching on YouTube, by the way, welcome. And if there is issues with the stream, please let me know in the chat window so I can see what's going on. But I know that we've been having some connections issues when it comes to YouTube. Twitch has been, surprisingly enough, better stability for us.
I was gonna say I'll watch Twitch and see.
Yeah. So
I've got Twitch running in the background.
So with that, she kind of turns and excuses herself and goes to sit. And hey, Lizzie, welcome to the stream. Glad you can join us. So yeah, she kind of turns and goes over to a table on her own. She, again, you see her very securely tie that coin pouch up, and a drink is brought over to her. Obviously, she had pre-ordered it, or what have you, or has a signal, or maybe she's a regular here. You're not sure. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So when you guys are sitting at the table, and now that everybody's looking around the room, they kind of notice Lizzie come in. I guess there seems to be some recognition and some faces for her, and then they look at you because you're with her or she approached you, and of course everybody else has been noticed. Other than the fact that you've got this inebriated wood elf sitting between the Triton and the Loxodon, what exactly would people see when they're looking over at John Cardinal?
He's trying to keep himself in his chair.
Yeah, that about sums it up. So yeah, so the wood elf is kind of doing the lean, and probably on one side you've got Gabrielle kind of giving him the shoulder nudge, and on the other side, you've got Daksha giving him the shoulder nudge too, but she's also inebriated. So every once in a while, the lean goes a little bit further over to the point where you've got Knock Finn just kind of giving an elbow, going, Get off me, type of deal. It's like,
It's not my fault this time or last time.
I think if he goes too... Oh, go ahead.
It's Bird Boy's fault.
I think if he goes too far against Gabrielle, like when her tentacles just like pushes John back into his chair.
okay. All right, so you guys are sitting there. This news has been brought to your table that the captain needs your help. What are your guys' plans? Are you discussing things amongst yourselves? Go ahead.
I'm gonna roll a melee attack with my stick against John. And I rolled a 19.
Why are you so like this?
So you're whacking John in the head. Okay.
I mean, I understand you're drunk, but all right.
Hey, she's gonna lean over and whisper to Knockfin very softly. How many do you think will come back from our mission tomorrow?
At this rate, not so much, you know.
You, me, and Vaksha, probably.
Yeah, probably something like this.
I'm already apologizing to John Cardinal's player.
You do that again, Bird Boy, and the captain's not even going to hear about it.
Well, with that, you guys seem to have actually. Let's get the sober individuals. That would be Gabrielle and Knockfin to roll me perception check, please.
All right, cool.
Oh no. Have I started something?
What is the possibility?
Oh no.
You always start something. You're the pirate.
Every character you play starts.
Yeah, really.
19.
Okay, hold on. You said perception, right?
Bird's lucky I'm a happy drunk.
Into the mist dice. Well, that's not very good. 7.
That's
I
7.
got a 19.
Well, you're just kind of distracted with the antics going on at your very own table, Knockfin, and especially when you got the locks on leaning into you once in a while, and you're kind of overcorrecting. But however, looking around the room, Gabrielle, you notice there are probably about a handful of tables that kind of have your attention still, even after Lizzie has left. Lizzie's kind of looking over with a raised brow at the exchange between Whistler and John Cardinal. And then you hear this one voice start in the far corner away from where you are, and the voice just goes, "Fight!"
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
What is your reaction?
I think she hears it and just kind of looks at the two of them.
Fight? Where?
Yeah. You are the fight.
Who am I
You
fighting?
and the bird.
Okay. So at that, you now, Knockfin, hear probably about 3 or 4 voices in unison from different areas of the bar going, "Fight!" And there's some individuals starting to move their chairs back away from the tables.
Don't think we want to do this.
This is
I don't know.
probably usually Tinkle's job, but I'll take over the role for tonight. I'm going to cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
And make it sound like random voices. Like just more people in the pub than it should be, just going fight, 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 fight. Like really kind of ramping it up.
Okay, so you're actually encouraging this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you've created this minor illusion, and at this point, even the drunken individuals now start to hear this, as your illusion now basically amplifies the others that actually are in the room. And at this point, you've got several parties kicking away their chairs, looking like they're going to get involved in the fight as well. And everybody's yelling, "Fight, fight, fight." And you do see the owner of the establishment looking over. You see Theodore Rowley behind the bar to the point where he's ducking down behind the bar.
Probably securing all the alcohol.
Yeah.
Can I see what caused this? Like is there any specific thing that is happening that people are like looking towards, or is there a reason why people started chanting "fight, fight, fight"?
Because he whacked on.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if that was what caused it.
Yeah, he whacked him with a stick, and then in response, John was like, "Yeah, you do that again, Bird Brain." So yeah, that was all part of it. And
I'm not even going to hear about it.
Thank you for the cheer, by the way. Thank you, we appreciate that.
Question: when I heard them the reception, was the fight the only reason they were staring at us still, or were there other reasons why they were staring at us? that I might have picked up?
Well, originally it was when Lizzie came in. They seemed to kind of look at her, and some of them, a lot of them in recognition. They obviously know her from maybe she's a regular. Obviously, she's been here many, many times. But when her attention was over at your table, it drew their attention to your table. And then even as she went to get away, then you've got the antics of the Kenku and the Wood Elf kind of really garnering their attention. And because of the type of establishment this is, and you're not the only inebriated individuals in the bar, these guys are looking for a little bit of excitement and a little bit of release, so it looks like someone was looking for a fight, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys doing anything as all this is happening around you?
Well, I know at least Daksha, with however much she can muster of trying to think straight, would try to first of all secure any valuables and possibly try to shift her way out of the bar.
Okay, so you're going to be trying to secure yourself and shift yourself out. Anybody else doing anything specific before things get too far out of hand?
Whistler's getting increasingly nervous and he's preparing a fog cloud spell.
Oh my.
Gabrielle, knowing he's going to do fog cloud, is probably going to follow Dox's lead here.
Okay.
And try and secure and leave before the fog cloud happens, because she knows he'll drop it, and things will all heck up work loose.
Okay, so you're going to be cast.
We have a mission in the morning, don't we, guys? I'm not facing down the captain. I'm going back to my bed.
Yeah.
I gotta sleep this off before we hit the road.
So do I.
Yeah, I guess I'll just.
And you don't even make it to the ship.
Okay, what were you doing, Knockfin?
I was gonna. Does it seem like things are kind of ramping up, or?
Oh yeah, it looks like there's going to be a brawl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like.
But it doesn't say. It just kind of randomly started because these two. Does it look? Does it look like anybody specifically started the chance? Like was looking for an opportunity to cause a distraction or something like that? Or,
well,
the whole thing just seems very suspicious to me.
Make me a. Well, now that there's a lot of commotion in the room, make me a perception at disadvantage.
Yeah, that's weird. Too bad. Actually, the first one was a natural 20, but the second one was a 17. So that's
17. You actually look across the room, and at the back corner opposite where you are is an individual that does have kind of a wry smile on his face, and he's with a couple of other thuggish like individuals at his table, and they're being pretty rough with each other, and they seem to be the ones cheering the loudest and looking over. They've even pointed a few times at the Wood Elf and at both John and Whistler.
Oh, Deacon, someone was saying in Twitch they're having trouble hearing Daksha.
Yeah, I know. I just turned her up.
Daksha. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Hopefully
that's unusual most of the time. Usually you have to turn me down.
Well, I know you're having issues tonight.
Yeah.
With connections.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I have to.
I'll take note of the group's physical features, like the clothes that they're wearing, if they have any maybe scars on their face or anything like anything that would help identify them on a different day, and kind of take mental note of that and retire to, I guess, the ship. Are we going back to the ship, or are we getting rooms?
That's on you. It's up to you guys.
That's where I'm headed.
Where?
I would
to
assume
the ship or to a room?
Back to the ship, because I ain't messing with the captain in the morning.
I'm gonna get a room.
You gonna get a room?
Yeah. Well, I think she gave us leave to just bugger
That's
off
true.
and do everything for a little while. Like, I don't think she said come back in the morning. I don't think so. I could be wrong. But...
Okay,
She
so
said we
your
had a
intent
choice.
is your intent
Come
is to
back.
get up
I
and go
don't know.
away
I
from
was
all this
drunk.
nonsense and get a room.
Yeah,
John's wanting to leave.
Yeah, John's not wrong. If we've got a mission in the morning, we shouldn't. Get all
Doc's
messy
trying to get out of the room. Gabrielle, you were going to cast Fog Cloud.
No.
Oh,
She knows Whistler is going to cause fog cloud, so she is trying to get out before the fog cloud
Okay,
happens.
so your intent is to get out. And Whistler, you are thinking of doing Fog Cloud?
I waited to fog cloud. I'm getting ready
Does it
to
when he's
leave.
sober.
So you've ready to spell. So at this point, I am going to need you guys all to roll initiative.
Okay.
Nat 1.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's better. 18.
18.
I'm not even going to bother saying the modifier because it's a Nat 1.
18.
16.
What's your dex modifier?
18, 16 for Gabrielle.
My dex modifier is plus
No,
2.
John's. No,
Oh,
Plus
John's.
3.
Okay, yeah, you go first.
My bad.
You are higher than me, sir.
Okay, and so the only person we don't have is Daksha.
Gotcha. Yeah, she'll come back.
And I am going to roll for Lizzie.
Oh, I thought Lizzie left.
Nope, she was sitting at the table. Or not your table, but at another table.
If I were a rogue, I'd be trying to steal them coins.
Yeah, I think as Lizzie, she's probably trying to remove them coins from the situation.
that's the perfect time to have your coins stolen. Bar fight, huh?
Lizzie's just going, God damn it, what did you do?
Who started this?
What? Oh my, really?
I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Yeah, I've tried. Lizzie, I did turn her up again a little bit, and again, it's unfortunate when we're dealing with two different, multiple platforms, and there's a storm going through different areas right now. So we're just trying to work around that. So hopefully the cast audio. I mean, they can turn themselves up as well at some point. But
yeah, true.
Yeah, no problem, Lizzie. No, we want everybody to be able to hear and enjoy what they're witnessing, and I apologize for the delay. But again, this is part of the joys of it's almost this is more almost like a home game for us. For the most part, it's almost like we're sitting around in my basement. Although some people here at the table have actually sat around in my basement and played role-playing games at one point. It was many years ago. But yeah, those are here. Okay, so now that Doc Show's back, we can get a initiative roll out of Doc Show, and we're all good.
No 2-liter in my hands this time, Chris.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
It just kind of came out of nowhere. I needed to.
The dog went on the bed.
Initiative, you said?
That?
What?
You said initiative, correct?
Yes, initiative.
Yes.
16.
16. Put in there.
You know what? Season finale. I'm pulling out the special dice.
Gabrielle, what is your dex modifier, please? That?
You're muted if you're trying to talk.
You're muted.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm looking, hang on. A dog went on the bed, which is why the thing suddenly
Sorry,
changed.
I try to keep her out of your hair.
Using my special.
And then she stole my spoon.
How'd your dog steal your spoon?
Yeah, she stole my spoon. What do you need again? My dex mod?
Your dex mod.
4.
4? And
4.
what's your dex mod, Daksha?
3.
Okay. Gabrielle will go first. Okay.
I have a feeling I'm going last.
I'm using my crystal dice tonight, in fact.
Well, then
Okay, so you guys are you've got your mind made up on what you're planning to do, and I'm getting a really awful glare on camera. But anyway, with that, one of the individuals at that back table you are watching currently, Knockfin, throws a punch at the other one. They're exchanging some words. You really can't hear what they're saying. They're arguing now. One of them just hauls off and throws a punch at the other. And definitely hits him. The other guy takes that damage. And with that, John, fighting has broken out. You are up. What are you doing?
I am taking my mug of rum and sidestepping people on my way out the door.
Okay, so you are still trying to vacate the premises and sidestep your way out of the door. Not a problem at all. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll me... Actually, roll me a stealth check.
One second. Well, that was horrible.
Yeah, that's not good.
I got an 8.
Okay, so you end up you're trying to get out of the bar, and you're maybe 15 feet from the door, and you bump into somebody. And now we move on to the somebody you bumped into. So, and that would be... Where is it?
Excuse me, madam.
A 10, I don't think hits you.
Hmm?
A 10, I don't think hits you.
Nope, but I tip my hat. Excuse me, madam.
Okay, it seems to kind of
And
get that
continue
individual.
trying to get the door.
As he tried to swing at you, seems to be getting pretty angry at the fact you just called him madam. Not Finn. Not Finn. You're up. And you see this, by the way. You so far you've been witnessing. You see John try to stagger out, bump into a guy, and then the guy takes a swing at him.
Whereabouts would we go to buy rooms, like to pay for room? You go up to the bar to pay for room. Right?
Yeah, he's the barkeep, the innkeep.
I will try to make my way over to the bar.
Okay.
Trying to kind of avoid people being like, "Oh, yo, good punch! Hey, keep young, really got them."
Yeah, you can make me a dexterity check.
Okay,
just to avoid.
Just straight dexterity?
Just straight dexterity.
19.
19. You have no problem getting to the bar. When you get to the bar, you look over. You're looking over the bar itself, and you see the figure of Theodore kind of crouched, peeking up like this over the bar at the turmoil that he's erupting in his establishment.
This is crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you need?
How much for a room for the night? Ordering a room is a bar fight.
If you want it the more quiet is, it'll be 2 gold pieces for tonight, and 1 if you don't care.
Humming, hawing, dodging punches as I'm thinking about it. Yeah, 2 gold pieces. This will do. And I'll slide him 2 gold pieces as the bar fight is going on around me. We're finishing a business transaction.
He kind of reaches up and takes the coin, and at the same time you see him reach around underneath the bar and come up with a key, and puts it up on the bar for you. He says it's at the top of the stairs, furthest back down the hall, away from this.
Hey, out of curiosity, you see those guys over there, and I'm going to point to the guys that I think kind of started the fight.
Oh,
the word that I was talking about, yeah. And I'm going to, so out of curiosity, which room are they staying
in? We'll get to that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we will get to that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so sorry.
No.
That's
That
opening
makes
up
sense.
a whole new can of worms.
6 seconds a turn, it makes sense.
Okay, so with that, one of the other individuals at another table that's a little bit closer to the one where you guys are all sitting up, and this person's clearly a fellow sailor / pirate or privateer, whatever you want to call them. You see them kind of look over and dive towards the change purse sitting at Lizzie's hip, and literally diving for it. And miss. Kind of falls a little bit short. Hand reaching up. His hand actually reaches to the bottom rung of the chair instead of the belt pouch. I mean, it's just a little gnome sitting on the chair, but misses that pouch. And, of course, you do notice, those of you that are looking around, you would notice, especially Knockfin, because you've got the best vantage point right now in the room. Lizzie is looking down at this individual that just tried to grab the coin purse. And it is now
He's gonna die.
Lizzie's turn. Oh dear. Oh dear,
He's gonna die.
Well, it is a bar fight. I mean, can I say?
You don't
Bar
have
fight,
to vote.
bar
you
down.
do
You're
see
taking
that-
your chances, man.
You see her hand go and unclip or it's kind of like almost like a buckle, but not a buckle. I don't know what they call that. Just like a cinch. There you go. The cinch of the bindings on her short sword comes loose rather quickly, and the sword comes out. And as it's being drawn, she draws it up and down, and she slashes down on this individual on the ground, and as he drops, she literally puts the sword
Whoa!
right across his throat without
Yep.
without question. Just done. Wow, that was not. Was pretty good.
Don't mess with her gold.
Yeah, so there is now a mess, and at that you do hear the room just get
Hush.
more rowdy. Not hushed.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting even more intense at this point. Gabrielle, you're up.
Oh dear. I am also going to try to make it to the bar to get a room. Because, we do have an Wallace's purpose shore leave tonight.
So you're trying to get to the bar to get a room upstairs?
I'm just very carefully trying to move around and not to get hit by anything. Maybe a tentacle hit somebody if they try something. Just trying to make my way to the bar with as little problem as possible.
You can make me a dex check to see if you can join Knockfin at the bar.
Hey, at 20.
20, not a problem. You move so smoothly. It almost seems like the tentacles are maybe either pushing people past you and letting the natural, flow of the room go in your favor as you just very smoothly go up to the bar, and you see exactly what I described to Knockfin. Is Theodore kind of crouched down beneath the bar, looking up and peeking over every once in a while. Well, what can I get you?
May I get a room, please?
Well, I have one quiet room left, or there's a common room. Quiet room is 2 gold pieces. It's a 1 gold piece for the other.
Take the quiet room. And she just gives him the 2 gold.
Okay. Takes the payment, does the same thing, passes the key. Top of the stairs, back far end of the hall, opposite his room, and he points at Knockfin.
That makes sense.
Okay, so with that, we move on to another individual at that back table that started it all, and he is throwing a punch at a third-party table that wasn't even involved at this point. Oh, and drunkenly misses and actually falls on the floor. Oh my word, that's not good. Daksha, you're up.
I think she'll just. I'm thinking that she'll probably spend the night at the ship.
Okay.
That way, it doesn't cost as much.
So you're trying
so she'll try to shift. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna have
as
to
long as she
make
kind of
me-
sees that most of her party members are safe or shifting away, which
I'm
is
not going to make it.
at least 2 of them are.
Yeah, I'm not going to make it a stealth for you because you're not trying to kind of hide away. You're just kind of trying to sidestep, being the monk that
Yep.
you are. However, you are inebriated, so you can make me a dex check at disadvantage, please.
That's gonna be fun. Dex check at disadvantage. I didn't need a disadvantage.
Oh,
That's an 8.
Yeah, with that,
I think that works.
You get about halfway to the door when you think you're sidestepping one individual when you step into another.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've only moved maybe 10 feet.
Yeah.
This individual looks ready to fight. What is your intention?
My intention is probably to kind of, I don't know if this will work, but kind of use my monk ways to try and kind of shift the position where I'm like, as they try to throw a punch or something like that, see if I can kind of like, shift my weight and walk around,
So
kind of
you're
spin
going
around them.
into
You know what I mean?
you're going into defensive
Kind
posture
of a
after hitting them?
defensive. No, just a defensive posture to kind of, if they try to swing, I dodge around them and keep going.
But you are trying to move
Is what I'm trying to do.
forward, though, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Kind of pull a drunken master and just kind of like.
So
I know, right? Yeah, I like
as
a drunken master.
you bump this individual, and they are a fellow pirate, not from your ship. You do bump them. It looks like they're ready to fight. You go to move past, and yes, they are going to take a swing at you.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is a specific maneuver that you are attempting,
just trying to. I think there's a way to. Isn't there? Can't you like? I thought there was like a way to like put up your defenses or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. As I said, it's if there's a specific ability that you have.
I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've done it.
What is it you're trying to do?
Change places with somebody, kind of.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a battle master ability that allows you to do that.
Yeah, but I don't think I have that. I was just saying in general. I thought there was.
Master, are you?
No, I'm not.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything that will actually benefit me. That's just what she was trying to do. Like that was just the flavor of what she's trying to do. I don't think I actually have any features that allow her to do that.
Okay. Does a 16 hit you?
No.
No?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Nope.
So you guys see that you don't see it because you're sidestepping, you're just moving and hustling towards the door. This individual did try to swing. You kind of look over your shoulder a little bit as you see a swing coming in, but it was not a punch. It was actually a cutlass blow. Weapons are out, but misses you. And you have made it to the door. So I will.
I think what I was saying, if I've made it to the door, fine. But I was like, otherwise, I'm pulling out my rod to at least try to block some of this. But I'm trying to be, non-engaged.
Yeah. Well, you did make it to the door. So you are safely there. You actually passed by John, who is in, a slight altercation at this point, but not too major. And with that, we have another individual that is coming up behind. And that is a 14 to hit, Whistler. Does that hit you?
Let me double check. Yes, that does hit me.
Okay. So you get hit in the back of the head because you're still sitting at the table. So you get hit in the back of the head with the butt end of a cutlass.
Okay, here's the question. Does that activate the ready action? Because my ready action was set up for if things escalated. So I think that's an escalation.
That's an escalation. So at this point, you are getting hit, but your spell goes off. Poof.
Mm-hmm.
So you are taking 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As fog cloud goes off and fills the area in this corner of the room with cloud.
I'm so glad I got to the door.
As expected.
Okay.
As expected.
There is more commotion going on around the room. You can hear fights breaking out pretty much in every corner. That back table, once again, Knock Finn,
Where the hell did
seems
the
to
door
be dominating the most of the room. Like they are really starting to do some damage. Then you do notice two individuals that are sitting at the bar, both of whom are wearing vestiges of a sort. They are clearly not pirates, and they are clearly not your average thug. They do appear to be wearing like the garb of a priest or a cleric of some kind. They are trying to make their way the long way around the bar to get to the door, is what they are attempting to do. So you do notice that going on. And with that, Whistler, you're up. That spell does go up, and it is your turn officially.
Okay.
What are you doing?
My intention is to just, as best as possible, just make my way out of this location and get back to the safety of the ship. The safety of the ship.
Okay. So it's just because you cast a fog cloud. It's just a standard dex check, please.
Okay.
I wonder how well he'll do.
I got a 10.
Okay, that's all you needed to get to
We're
the
all
door with the
doing
fog
so
cloud up.
lovely.
So you are at the door. You're standing beside Daksha. John Cardinal, what are you doing? You are about, again, 15 feet from the door. This individual did take a poke at you, and you called him ma'am. Madam.
And I can't see the door anymore, and I can't even see Madam.
No, the fog cloud.
Where did the door go?
The fog cloud didn't reach where you're standing. It's over in the corner.
Oh, good. Oh, good. So you're safe.
Yeah.
Run, come on.
You do see Daksha and Whistler both at the door.
Sorry, ma'am. My friends are going. I gotta go.
Live again.
Might look like a man to him.
And I doff my hat, take my drink, and make for the door.
Alrighty, so you do just that. The individual. Ooh. Ouch, that's gonna hurt.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh
Awesome.
no.
Anyway. Yeah, I think a 20 is gonna hit you.
Yeah. It's gonna hit me pretty
10
freaking hard.
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh no.
Going by what I had on my sheet, ouch.
Well, you did hit. Yeah, what are you at? Oh yeah, you're okay.
1.
So you're looking pretty hurt.
Yeah, what?
You see John as he's making his way towards you guys. Actually gets hit in the back with a club. As he's moving towards and is pretty well staggered. Almost taken to his knees as he's moving forward, but he does make his way to the door. At this point, all 5 of you have gotten away from the actual combat. Is there any one of you that wishes to continue to engage, or are you going to go your separate ways and retire for the evening?
Oh, I'm definitely looking for my bed now.
I know the only reason I would engage at all is if they followed us, but I'm going to try and grab onto him and make sure he gets out.
Okay.
Since he's so staggered.
Whistler, I know you're going with them. So it's Knockfin and Gabrielle that are left behind in the bar. What are you guys going up the stairs?
Well, no. How long does the fog cloud last?
What's the duration there, Whistler? Because you are leaving the vicinity as well. So.
The duration of the spell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it go away when you leave as well, or is it just something that happens for an extended
concentration up to 1 hour?
Okay, so it just stays in that spot for up to 1 hour.
For an hour.
Until he
So
drops.
Until he
As long as
stops
you're
concentrating
on it.
All right. Well, as long as you're concentrating on it, yeah, that's true. So, would you have
He's
canceled
drunk.
the spell when you left?
Um,
Like as you got farther away, would you have left it up for the full hour?
I would have tried to concentrate it for the round I was leaving.
Yeah.
And then dropped it.
Like as you were
Basically,
out? Or?
basically, Whistler would have dropped it as soon as he was out, and
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right.
So next round, yes, it drops.
Okay. The guys that were at the table, are they still there?
They are, and they are actively engaging in fighting
Okay, cool.
both one another and other individuals.
I want to try to get the room next to their bedroom rather than the one that I have.
Okay. So now that we're out of combat, you can make me a persuasion check.
All right, cool.
Are you offering anything in exchange for such information?
Yeah, I'll throw a couple of extra gold his way. Sure.
Okay, make that roll at advantage then.
Okay, well.
I do have a question. The cleric, you said there was a cleric and a priest wearing robes. Do we recognize anything about them, or were they like,
other than the fact they look like a typical ship's cleric would look like? So obviously they are a member of a crew somewhere. Their symbols are not openly visible.
okay, so nothing unusual like cultists or something to be overly
No, I
concerned
mean,
with,
and
right?
unfortunately, actually, you can make me a religion check, Gabrielle, please.
I rolled an 18 for persuasion.
He takes your existing key back.
Very cool.
And
I'll
gives
slide
you
an extra 2 gold
and
as
gives
well.
you another key, and he says, "Top of the stairs, third door on the right."
You're a good man, sir. And then I'll head up to the room.
Okay.
I love my dice tonight. I got another nat 20.
Nice.
Okay. You clearly know that most clerics will proudly show their symbol or somewhere on themselves, unless they happen to be a little on the shadier side, and not want people to know which particular deity they follow. So you're pretty sure they're probably not good people, for the most part, but you're not sure of who exactly it is they follow.
I was kind of getting that impression because I know that Gabrielle doesn't outwardly show either.
Now, it doesn't
most of the
mean it's
time.
100% that way. I mean, they could still be a good person and a good cleric, and have just tucked away because, maybe they don't want the ridicule or whatever. But that's generally a common thing that you would note is that, people that hide usually have something to hide. So are you retiring to upstairs?
Oh, they just didn't want it stolen in here.
Yeah, that could be a very
That might work, yeah.
variety.
Okay. So you return to your room, and you go up, and it's pretty quiet at the end of the hallway. So you make your way in, and Knockfin, you make your way to the room that you were given, and the other three of you make your way back down the docks to the Tainted Heart and to your area of sleeping on the ship. With John, of course, he's a hammock between the two cannons on the lower deck. That's where he sleeps, and the rest of you have your own spaces.
I will say, if Knockfin goes up after her, so whisper to him if he needs anything to come get her if anything happens.
Yeah. I think I can try to see if I have to see you.
If he does anything.
Message.
If he needs assistance, basically.
Yeah. Understandable. Yeah, I do apologize, by the way, for chat that there is a glare in my camera. I don't know exactly where it's coming from. See if
Oh, cool. Okay, so yeah, I'll let you know that I can cast message because I know more or less where you are.
Yep.
And I don't necessarily have to see you to cast message.
Nope.
So.
Even worse. Goodness.
Yeah. How difficult would it be with my dagger, to kind of drill a tiny little hole in the wall to the room next to me where the evil pirates are staying? Just so I could listen to what they're saying.
So you're basically going to be using like a dagger point to kind of carve
Yeah,
a
yeah,
hole in
yeah,
a wall.
yeah. Just really fucking. I mean, pardon my language.
Well,
Probably
the
pretty
stream is not
difficult,
safe for work. We promise
True,
you
yeah,
that.
that's true. Yeah, it's probably pretty difficult, but I just want to check to make sure. I mean, I can always just listen at the wall if I need be.
I think that should be better. My apologies. Anyway, yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. It might take could take 20, 30 minutes. But
Yeah,
it's
well,
but
like down
you
there,
can
they're fighting,
hear
so
it's rough downstairs. You can hear things breaking, glasses breaking, tables breaking.
yeah, that'll cover the noise of the grinding against the wood as well. So.
Yeah. So you are working
Uh,
at that. That's not a problem. It'll be 20, 30 minutes. You can get a good sized hole in the wall.
I just want a tiny little one, just where I can put my ear up against.
Yeah, just so you can hear or peek through and see what's going on. That's not a problem at all.
Yeah.
How late are you waiting? Like how long are you waiting after you do the hole?
I'll wait till they come back up, I guess.
Okay, so
Couple
about
hours. I mean, at least 2 or 3 hours, anyways.
all right, because it takes about, as I said, about 20, 30 minutes to do the hole.
Yeah, sure.
You get the hole there, and about 20 minutes later, it's slowly been diminishing, but it seems to be getting a little bit more quiet downstairs, other than the standard sounds of people drinking. And actually, you're starting to hear bits of laughter mixed in here and there amongst the shouts. So obviously, the little bit of a bar brawl has played itself out. And after about an hour after that, 3 of the 4 individuals that were at that table returned to the room.
Only 3, though.
Only 3.
Has anybody noticed Lizzie's friend's corpse yet?
Oh yeah, you're not there, but I mean, you guys have left, for safety. But yeah, that has been, well, it's been dealt with at some point. Perhaps we'll find out more. Perhaps we won't. You never know.
Officially in the campaign, Lizzie has a body count.
Yeah, right.
You don't mess with her gold at all.
General, well, you guys know that. I mean, it is Gold Thumb Lizzie after all. I mean, that's like trying to take off her hand, right? It's just not. You don't do that. So
I am not surprised.
I will try to listen at the hole for a little bit and see what I can hear. See if anything really is interesting or at all. I have no idea if they're evil or not. This could all just be like a waste of time.
Make me you listen for probably a good half an hour. Make me an insight check.
9.
Yeah, you're not sure whether they're evil or good, but they're definitely profiteers.
Okay.
It sounds by their conversation that they have, and they continue drinking in the room for a little bit, and joking amongst themselves. You basically ascertain that this small group is a group of mercenaries. They're not pirates. They came in on a ship about a week ago, and they've just been kind of hanging out here looking for possible work, and of course having some fun with their time here, as with their stay. That's what you would expect from such a place.
Okay, and none of them mention anything about missing, like, tinkles or anything like that.
Nope, nothing about your, any one of your cast, your crew, or anything else specific. Just the fact that they you do hear them talking about how they did instigate more of a fight than what there should have been, but it felt good. Like they were having fun. Good old fashioned bar brawl.
In that case, I'll hit the hay.
Okay, so the night passes uneventfully for the rest of the night for the group of you. And when morning arrives, those of you that went back to the ship, of course, there are the 3 of you. Your head is pounding a little bit. You do have the traces of a hangover this early in the morning. You do know that 2 of your own have stayed behind at the Drunken Clam. What are the 3 of you doing aboard the ship? because you'd be the first up, because obviously everybody on the ship gets mobile, rise and shine, bright and early.
I know. I try to make sure I try to clear my head as much as possible for the mission coming ahead, and then I'd probably head to the inn to check on the other two, make sure they're okay.
Okay. So you just check on everybody there, and then you're going to head to the inn. What about you, Gabrielle? Or actually, Gabrielle, you're at the inn already. Whistler.
Yeah.
Whistler would probably follow Daksha in this case.
You're going to just follow along with Daksha. John?
I'm just shadowing Daksha again.
I'll follow along behind them, rubbing my head and mumbling under my breath about fucking bird. Had to hit me in the head, didn't
It's
he?
got nothing to do with a hangover. It's just a little whap on his head from the stick.
Or the other guy that hit me with the club. It's like I forgot about him.
Whistler just turns around and threatens to do it again by wagging the stick.
And I dropped my hand to my sword. It's like, hey, you bring a stick to a sword fight, eh?
You guys make it back to the Drunken Clam without incident, passing by several individuals, all manner. It looks like some people tied one on the night before. There are people wearing a sling. There
You're
are...
lucky the guy at the shop has my gun.
Yeah, you do get to... Yeah, you're going to probably have to do that before you go anywhere. But you do get to the Drunken Clam, and you do notice there are 3 wrapped bodies outside the establishment that are off to the side, but they've been wrapped up, and they're just off to the side, which I mean is quite common in small places. They'll dispose of them later in the proper manner, but it doesn't seem like there's been any to do about it whatsoever. I mean, it is a pirate town.
Yep.
I
just make sure it's not one of my comrades.
Okay, so you do stop to look and lift the thing.
Yeah, just to make sure it's not one of my comrades. Yeah.
No, none of your immediate comrades, and no one that you recognize from the Tainted Heart itself.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys do make it inside. Inside, as you walk in, we'll get to that in a moment. As for Gabrielle and Knockfin, you guys awaken in the morning, feeling pretty well rested. You get a full night's rest. Those of you as well. By the way, everybody gets a full rest for that, even though some of you probably didn't rest very well, but it is still classified as a full rest. So, what are you guys doing first thing in the morning? Wake up.
Well, I think Gabrielle will wake up and do her morning prayer, even though she's still on the ship. She says, "Praise be to God, please don't sink the ship," and does her morning routine, checks her book, and then heads out. Make sure that her shells are on and her little amulet is securely fastened, and she heads downstairs.
Okay. Knockfin?
Yeah, he'll do pretty much the same thing. Wake up, do his total business, wax his shell, and then head down for some breakfast as well.
Okay.
Yep.
So you head down, the two of you, and you get into the comm room. And as you reach the bottom of the stairs, in the front door walks your 3 other comrades, looking a little worse for wear this morning. Some more than others. John looks like he's been through a meat grinder. He's looking rather rough. And, there's a couple people in the establishment. You do see one of the far booths is now occupied by a familiar face. But they looks to be sleeping. It is Gold Thumb Lizzie. Appears to be kind of slumped over and sleeping in the one booth, opposite the bar. And, of course, Theodore is there. Just kind of, good morning. Can I get you guys this morning? And the place is a mess.
Opposite of a drink.
Like, the place is a disaster. Like, there's broken tables and chairs and glass and spilt beer.
Looks like
and
it was a good
rum.
fight.
Yeah, there's
bodies.
patches of blood. Like there, it's a mess.
This
And
is going to take a while to clean up, won't it?
yeah, you do see some individuals you didn't see yesterday here, just kind of helping to pick things up and clean up the glass and sweep the floor and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Making the most of it. So you guys, I mean, they do bring over coffee for the table, and it's something that you don't get in a lot of the areas around, as well as coffee. There's tea in most places, but this is a really strong coffee.
Yeah,
Yes,
need it.
yes, John.
He's gonna ask, what kind of coffee is this?
I don't know. It's coffee.
Better not be that fucking Tim's brew.
Oh, is that stuff that's down around Elderlock area?
Yeah, I got a problem with the guy that distributes it.
Yeah, well, no, we don't. Ours doesn't come from anywhere near there. We actually get ours from a little bit further off to the west.
Mm.
Okay, thank you. And he
So-
sits
Howdy,
down
how
and
feelings?
starts enjoying his coffee.
Whistler is just giving Cardinal just a weird look like.
All right, so you guys have got. I mean, you've got a table, you got your coffee, and you have your plan. So, what is the plan?
Did they bring over any like breakfast foods?
Yeah.
If you want breakfast, yeah, breakfast can be brought over to the table. That's not not at issue at all. And with that, you
Hey
are.
guys, before we hit the road, I gotta hit the blacksmiths and get my gun back.
Oh, yes. Where are we going exactly?
Well, there's only one
Um,
road. There's one road that leads from here, from Rosendeep to Rustfall. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of following that road inland to
Oh, okay.
the
I
center
didn't know if we,
center of the island.
I didn't know if we had made a plan as to where we were going, but
Yeah, there really was no plan other than that, other than the fact that that's
Okay.
the road that they took, and they never made it to the other end.
beautiful.
You guys wait
We're
here
supposed
for
to
me. I'll be
retrace it.
back within the hour.
Are you sure that you should go alone?
I'm just going to the blacksmiths to pick up my gun.
Well,
I don't
all right.
foresee any trouble.
We'll never foresee trouble in a pirate place.
Yes.
What happens if you find trouble finds you?
Okay, Whistler decides he's going to come with John to make sure he's safe. I'm shadowing John now.
So Whistler gets up to accompany you as you get up to leave, and just starts following along, doing his thing, and you head towards the blacksmiths.
Do I see him get up and start following me?
Yep.
Sit the fuck down, Birdman.
I pull up the chalkboard. I go,
Anybody else want to cover my back? This one likes to hit me in the head.
Actually, you're not wrong.
that is very true.
Anybody?
If you like, I will join you.
I will come along if you want. We should all go because then we can stop him from hitting you. If he hits you, I will hit him back a lot harder.
I could join you.
He
on
needs to
that.
learn how it feels.
He does need to learn, I think.
Sounds like a plan.
There you
So
go.
breakfast first,
Are
then
we-
your
Are we
Blacksmith.
eating first? Then
yes,
the blacksmith?
Yes.
yes.
You cannot start the day off without a good meal.
Especially when traveling.
Yes.
So you're having a good meal, and John, you've headed off to the blacksmith.
Oh no, I think we're all gonna go to
Oh,
the
you're all
blacksmith
gonna
with
go,
them.
and then come back.
We're all gonna
Okay.
eat and then go
We're
off
going to
together.
eat first, then
Okay.
go.
So you guys eat. You're getting served basically salt cod, with some breads, and that's what your breakfast is right now.
Fat.
Yeah, basically it smells like it's been fried a little bit.
Mm.
So you guys get your breakfast and your coffee, and you talk about the craziness of the night before and the fight that had transpired, and then you get up and you head towards the Bound Bastion, where you find Nimble Hummingbird, the Tabaxi blacksmith.
Okay.
Another tabaxi.
Whistler's immediately going to try to get his attention, and he's just going to go and point to John.
So you whistle when you get to the blacksmith shop, and it doesn't appear to hear you. He's working. You hear hammer and anvil. The forge is going. Different braziers are going. There's a couple of other smiths here helping him out, but you do see him working away, doing his thing.
I don't think he's going to hear you.
Whistler just goes, All right.
How about you, John? It's you're there to get your gun.
Yeah. Now I've seen it all. I've seen everything. The bird is trying to get the cat's attention.
It's quite true. It's quite true. So what are you doing, John? As you see the tabaxi you were dealing with working away at a hammer and anvil, banging something out.
I step into his eye line and try to get his attention.
It takes a moment, but he eventually looks up and goes, you've returned. What, are you ready for the pickup already?
Things have come up. I've got to leave town with my friends. We're looking for a friend that's missing.
So you were hoping he would be able to make a second one for you? Like a second gun? Is that what you were hoping for?
Well,
or just
the grappling
bullets?
hook.
Oh, the grappling hook
Grappling
idea.
hook.
The grapple.
He thinks he will be able to do it, but he'll need more time. But in the meantime, he gives you back your flintlock pistol.
I will definitely be back on my way back to the ship.
Yep. Not a problem. With that, he just excuses himself and goes back to work, unless there's anybody who wants to keep his attention for anything else over here. Nope. Okay. So
No, I think that's all. We were just coming with.
You're just tagging along with John. That's not a problem.
Yeah,
So-
pretty much.
So you guys start heading towards the edge of town, where the road continues in at a northwestern direction. Degree. My goodness, words are difficult again. Here we go. It's that time of the night. It's 8:30, and we're getting.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So you guys are headed up that roadway and that path, as you guys have all seen the map of Rosen Deep, and I believe the island as well. I don't think that I actually have. There's Rosen Deep, so they are going up, and I believe this is the island of Whitemane. They are in Rosen Deep, and I did not do that. We're gonna switch that over again. So now everybody in chat can see this is the island of Whitemane, and they're in Rosen Deep there at number 1, and they are heading towards Rustfall. That is about a day's travel from where they currently are. So that being said, I will block that out and bring that back. And now we've got all of our cast back here and looking all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So you start off down the road. The weather, it's fairly sunny right now. A little bit of overcast clouds here and there, but nothing major. You are, keep in mind, in the southern hemisphere of Oyala Andor, so it is rather warm where you're at right now. Not quite as bad as being in the jungles of other places or in the desert. It's not like a dry heat. This has got some humidity to it, but there is a little bit of a coolness from the air that's coming in over the mountains. But now that you're going, you guys can make me nature checks as you're going down the road.
Goodness.
Oh yeah, lucky.
Nat 1.
No.
Your dice are not treating you well tonight.
No, they're not.
14 for me.
18.
Okay.
19.
19.
Oh dear God.
Did you get a
Nat
nat
1.
Another.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 nat 1s.
Oh, my word.
The two nat
You're in
ones are so
trouble.
busy
Two
looking behind them.
hungovers.
And you guys are moving forward down the road. But
Fighting over each other because they hit each other last time.
well, the two of them are actually looking behind them an awful lot, like looking
Yeah,
back
yeah.
at Rosendeep as they're leaving, not really paying attention to their current surroundings or where they are. There was a 17 and an 18 and a 13.
What am I gonna hear?
No, I got a 19.
15. Okay. The 15, you notice quite
14,
clearly
14.
that what is around you is not a series of small mountains. It's actually one mountain. What you kind of notice, which is really strange, is you're looking at it, you're realizing it's just one leading in to the next at different odd angles, and the terrain looks a little bit different. And the ground and the vegetation here, surprisingly, in this little valley area, there's a lot of growth. The grass is thick and lush and tall. You do ahead of you, you see this jungle forest area down the road that looks again very, a typical tropical jungle patch of woods, all surrounded by this area, by this singular mountain. Seems to form a U around it. The other two of you that rolled an 18 and a 19, you realize a little bit more. You soon realize that this one mountain is actually where you're standing, was also at one time part of this mountain, which is actually more a volcano, a former volcano. The area you're standing on now is very rich soil, rich with nutrients and minerals and lava rock strewn here and there. And you're kind of noticing this as you're moving forward. So whatever the last eruption that this volcano had blew out the side of the volcano itself and formed a valley in the middle that has over time become White Mane Isle. And that's where the road is kind of going along the center of this, heading towards that jungle patch. So that's what you've noticed. You get through about half a day. You reach, you do stop momentarily for a break, for some rest. You get a quick couple of rations down and continue on the way. And you approach this jungle, and it looks pretty dense, but the road is a road. It's clear that carts have gone down here. Not a lot of wagons and traffic, but you do see, there's obviously been horses. You do see horse tracks. You see a lot of people tracks. You see cart tracks. That is well used, that goes into this jungle. But it isn't, it's definitely not a civilized road. You're 100% certain of that. As you enter the jungle, I need one of you, and you guys can decide who it is, to make me a dice roll. Who is it going to be?
Who's having the best luck tonight?
Not me.
You so far. You've rolled 2 nat 20 so far.
So is it going to be Gabrielle?
So is there everyone want me to do it?
Else is.
All right, Gabrielle, you're up. You can make me a D8 roll.
Yeah,
please.
she's been rolling the best out of all of us so far.
8-sided dice.
See what keeps up. 8.
An 8?
I have no idea if that's good or bad.
Okay, so you rolled an 8. As you're making your way through the jungle, Gabrielle, you're kind of watching as you're going, and you're looking around. It's pretty dark in here. You do hear all kinds of and manner of wildlife around you. The fauna seems to be pretty rampant in this particular patch of jungle. And as you're going, you need to make me a perception check.
Please don't roll bad. Not bad. Let me add numbers. Perception. 18.
An 18, very nice. So as you're going, you definitely notice this odd piece of lava rock that's coming out of the ground a little bit, where you see the moss covering part of it. And at first, it was a little bit hard to see, but you definitely see that there's a hole there. And at that moment, it erupts with a jet of hot steam into the air. Because you noticed it ahead of time, though, you can make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Could I cry out to the others to be careful because I spotted it, or is it not?
You can now. You can go lava vent, and that's exactly what it is. It's like it's a vent, a volcanic vent.
I was going to ask you: is the volcano that we're on active currently, or is it dormant?
You have, for the many years that you've been alive and in these areas, you have never heard of this erupting.
Okay. And you said dexterity?
Yes, please.
Uh, 21.
21. Okay, so you're only going to take half damage?
Yeah.
8. So 5 points of fire damage. As this steam just out of the ground erupts and goes up into the trees. And you guys see this, and she cries out, vent, as you see this jet of steam come out of the ground as she's moving forward. You move forward, and as up ahead, you do see some light coming through as you're approaching. And I need one of the remaining 4 of you to make me another 8-sided die roll, please.
Okay. I guess I'll do it this time.
Yeah, you go ahead. Sure.
Go ahead.
A 1.
A 1.
That's usually my roll today.
About halfway between where you are now and that light that's up ahead, which looks like it's going into a clearing, you see some kind of darker object in one of the trees. You're not quite sure what it is at this distance, even though you have dark vision, but it looks just like a kind of a lump in the tree. So you're not really sure what you're looking at. You want to make me a perception roll, please?
Yep. Could you use this to edge? That's a 19.
A 19. It takes you a moment. Now, are you stopping people as you're doing this? Are you stopping yourself? Or are you just moving forward?
We're just going to stop and just stare attentively at the thing he's looking at.
Okay, so everybody else, you guys notice Whistler stop what he's doing, and he seems to be trying to focus on something ahead. Are you guys continuing to march forward, or are you waiting?
John will stop behind him and kind of look where he's looking.
Okay.
I think Gabrielle will stop.
as well.
Yeah.
And
Okay. You guys all stop, and it takes a moment. You also see the lump. But in the meantime, with that roll, Whistler, that lump has a serpent's tail hanging down one part of the tree. And as you're focusing and paying attention, there's 2 different tails. As these giant constrictor snakes are coiled around one of the trees just off to the side of the road.
Okay.
That's what you've noticed. Now, the rest of you see this lump in the tree, and you're asking what you're looking at. Whistler.
Whistler is just going to immediately turn to the nearest person and just start going, ah, ah.
think Gabrielle will do a mental thing with him. What is it?
Big snakes! Big snakes!
Snakes. Big snakes, she relays out loud to the rest of the group.
So there are a pair of giant constrictor snakes on the side of the road. What are you guys doing?
Let's just keep going.
Yeah, we'll try to get past them.
Yeah. Very
Okay.
carefully try and get past.
So you guys are going to try to sneak past, basically?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
why not?
Are they
You-
directly in front of us, or are they to the side?
They're right beside the road, in a tree.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're
so
going to try and...
You guys can all make me
Work around.
a stealth
How
check.
big is big?
They could eat you if they wanted to, but they're constrictor snakes. They would easily crush you.
Whistler's going to pantomime basically his hands around John, as if making a motion of something eating him.
That's nice.
Yeah, put it this way: the coil of the snake, or there's two of them there. It triples the size of the trunk. If that tells you anything.
It says stealth, right, Deacon?
Yes, stealth checks from everybody.
22.
14.
24.
4.
Nat 20.
About time.
12.
For 24.
What? What did you
I rolled
say,
bad.
Doctor? A 12?
A 12. I have a +5 and I got a 12.
Okay, so all of you are
Ouch.
making your making way through, and you seem to have gotten past them. But as Doksha, you're going through, and because you're bigger than most, you were on the one side of the road opposite them, and there are some low hanging branches, and one of them kind of catches on your clothes and snaps. A branch snaps, and those of you that are ahead of you can hear this as well. And the
Oh, dear.
well, make me a perception check, Doksha, as this happens, because I'm sure you're kind of freaked out as you hear it.
I think our cover's been blown, boys.
16.
Okay. You notice after kind of stopping and freezing for a moment that they didn't seem to notice you.
Okay.
So you continue
I'm
forward,
surprised.
and
Yeah.
you do get past them. You guys break free of the jungle forest at this point, and it's nearing the end of a day's travel. And ahead of you, maybe still about 15-20 minutes walk ahead, you see this massive. I shouldn't say it's a castle or a keep. It's more of a keep, but it looks like stone buildings that have been stacked one on top of the other in a different patterns and the way they're built. But it's actually one building
Interesting.
that you're seeing. You're seeing one building, and it looks like it's carved out of a single piece of volcanic stone.
Well then.
But it literally looks like that, the boxy desert look you see for desert adobe homes that are kind of like stacked and staggered. That's what this looks like, but it's one solid piece, and there's this green metallic slanted roof at the very, very top. So you see this building up ahead, and as you continue forward, there are a couple of individuals standing at the doorway. They're clearly guards. The complex. Well, I should say it's mostly volcanic rock, but there are other stones involved. There are some timber frame structures that look like they're forming balconies and windowsills and things like that. As you're going up the complex, in total it's about four full story, like tall stories, high, and others are just a single story. That are just jutting out from the side. So it is a massive structure. All one building rather than several buildings put together. When you guys get to there is, as I said, a couple of guards, and they stop. What can we do for you? You're not supposed to be here.
Who is supposed to be here?
Only those that the council. Only those that the council have invited.
How do you know that the council has not invited us?
Because we would have been told. We are expecting 2 other individuals, not a party of 5.
Well, you know the council, sometimes they forget things. You know how it goes with councils and important people. They look down on folks like us, eh?
One of the individuals, it looks like he was going to chuckle or say something, and then the other one just kind of puts his hand on his shoulder and then raises a brow as he's looking at you. Yeah, that's not the way it works. So what can we do for you? What brings you to Rustfall?
All right. What are we doing here?
We're looking.
We
for
happen to be looking for 2 individuals. Could you describe who you were expecting?
This man, yes.
Yeah, they go through a description of what could no doubt be Tinkle Surefoot. And the other individual is obviously some form of an elf or a half elf with bluish tint skin, bluish hue to their skin, very similar to the captain.
Yeah. And they have not come yet.
What ship do you call home?
The Tainted Heart.
Tainted Heart.
Well, then you
We
happen
were
to
sent
know
to find them.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yes, we do.
Well, I can tell
We
you
were
right
told
now
that-
that they didn't make it this far, so I can say this honestly. You best retrace your steps again, and perhaps spending a little bit more time in that jungle might do you some good, because if any place they can get lost, it would probably be there. But do be careful.
All right.
There are many hostile beasts in there, and other dangers as well, like perhaps
Yes.
volcanic vents and even quicksand.
Lovely.
We ran into one of the vents already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
gotta
it seems like we need to go back to the jungle then, huh?
This jungle
Do you
wouldn't
have
happen
any,
to be called the Fire Swamp, would it?
yeah, no.
Any ROUSs?
I was just gonna ask. I was trying to think of something.
So you guys start to retrace your steps.
No ROUS
Yeah.
is
No.
the snakes have cleared them out.
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah.
There you go.
There's just SOUSs, snakes of unusual sizes.
Now, by the
Yeah, there
time
you
you
go.
get back to you're not in the jungle yet, you're looking into the darkness, and it's looking even more dark because the sun is starting to go down. At this point, it is the end of the day. What are you doing?
But yeah.
Are you setting up camp? Or are
we should probably find some place to camp. Walking around in the jungle in the nighttime with all the monsters is not very good, eh?
That would only give them the advantage, correct?
Yes, this is true. They probably can see a lot better in the dark as well. I don't know how many of us can see so well. I cannot see so well in the dark.
okay.
So yeah, I agree on setting camp and definitely watching closer. To see
Setting
if we can see
watches?
anything that we missed.
Okay.
Hopefully, whatever has happened to
Yeah.
Tinkle, it doesn't involve darkness.
Whistler's keeping a nice eye out for what's going on now.
Who would be on middle watch?
Mm-hmm.
Who would be a middle watch?
Does anyone have dark vision? Because whoever's got dark vision
I
is beyond the
don't.
one that's the darkest time.
I technically have dark vision now.
Okay.
I mean, technically,
And
Hang on, I have a Devil's Sight, I think.
that's
Devil's Bite.
very true.
I don't know if that would
I
help.
think elves have
that
dark vision
helps
as well.
immensely.
So I'm just checking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Actually,
John
does
does.
Devil's Sight help?
But right
Or
where
is
your
that, can
passive
you read
perceptions is to
Yeah.
senses.
My Devil's Sight works normally in darkness, both magical
Okay.
and non-magical, up to 120 feet.
That's probably the best option. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of my eyes
Yep.
in the dark, I now have dark vision out to 120 feet.
Nice.
With Devil's Sight, can you see in magical darkness as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's why I took it.
Okay, so that's
I can see in both magical and non-magical.
Dark vision.
Wonderful for
65.
rogues.
So I take it Gabrielle's doing middle
best
watch.
option. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
apparently Gabrielle is
I mean,
doing
if
middle
she's okay
watch.
with that, obviously. I should.
All right, so Gabrielle, you can make me a perception check, please.
I would just gotta get your true sight.
Okay.
See invisible
Oh,
stuff
wouldn't that
as
be
well.
nice?
Yeah, I know, right?
And
True
see through
sight,
the
love
stupid
it.
fog bank.
Yeah, seriously.
Who cares about the invisible people? We need to be able to see
Then
through
it
the
would
fog
give
bank.
Hey,
Sorry.
I want true sight. That'd be awesome.
Sorry, how much?
19.
19? Nice. So with the 19, you the night itself is going by fairly uneventful, but you do notice as you kind of look back towards Rustfall and the keep that there is some torches that are out that pass and change hands. It looks like there's a changing of the guard, and rather than there being 2 individuals, it looks like there's about 6 individuals outside the door at this point in
Oh.
time.
Hmm.
So
Is
that's
that
all.
unusual?
That's you don't know. You as many times as some of you may have been to Whitemane, you've never been to Rustfall. You've never been invited to
Okay.
Rustfall.
Right.
Yeah, it seems like.
Well, with the amount of dangers that are in the night, I could kind of see it in the way.
So other than that, the night
But
goes
I don't
by,
know.
and when the sun comes up, there is that morning dew on everything, and but it's warm. It's not like chilly or anything like that. You do get that first morning chill with the moisture in the body, but very quickly passes and it's warm and
Like stepping into a lake for the first time.
yeah, that kind of deal. So, and you kind of start going into the road, into the jungle. You looked at the tree where you yesterday, or just the evening before, and noticed those giant constrictor snakes. You do not see them at this point in time. However, I need one of you, not someone who did it yesterday, but one other one, make me a D8 check. Who is going to make the roll this time?
I can do it.
I'll make it this time.
Okay.
Hey, Knockfin, you're going to do it?
Yeah, sure. How about 6?
A 6. Okay. You guys are kind of trudging along through the wood, and or through the jungle. I keep calling it a wood. It's a jungle wood. Either way, you can make me
the jungle.
You can make me a perception roll, please.
Wow. Come on, baby.
I will say that ever since the first issue with events, she has been keeping an eye out for other events so she doesn't get burned again.
That was
I would
on
say
the
that because we
edge
missed them
of a
the first
natural
time.
one, but it was a 7 for 6 because I have a -1 to perception. But it was
Okay.
like it was on the 7, and it kind of like dipped over to the natural 1 for a second and then came back. I was like,
You don't see anything, but you are on again off to the one side of the road, and you're looking off into the jungle for any trace of what may have befallen your comrade and the captain's brother. You do hear some kind of activity and movement off in the jungle. You can't see what it is. It's beyond obviously the cover of the jungle itself, but there is something going on up there, and it sounds like voices. What languages do you speak?
Not very many actually. Aquan, Common, and Primordial. Okay.
Speaking. Okay, so definitely not Draconic.
No.
Definitely
We
not
speak
what?
the same languages, apparently.
Yeah.
Did someone say Draconic?
Yeah, but you don't hear it yet.
I know.
So, but you do hear something. But I do believe you have heard Draconic speak before. I believe that was you guys have witnessed that before with some kobolds or what have you, because they also speak Draconic. So it sounds like a familiar language. You don't know what it is, and you're not sure how many are conversing, but there is some activity up ahead. Or off
Did
to the
it
side.
sound like a kind of a big thing going through the bush, or small like squirrels, or like giant apes?
It's not overly loud. Like nothing's
Yeah.
crashing down. Trees aren't being trampled or anything like that. But all you know is it's activity. Multiple voices of some kind in one direction.
I'll make like hand signals to kind of like a lot like Whistler to kind of point out that I hear something up ahead. Kind of like snap my fingers and like point up ahead.
Whistler's going to take a look at what's being pointed out to him.
Okay, you can make me a perception roll, please.
Okay. That's an 8.
You kind
Two
of
better than me.
You can kind of you hear the same thing he be hearing. You know there's commotion somewhere off in the jungle in that one direction. You can't see what it is. It is voices. You know, again, if you speak Draconic, you will understand what they are. But
I do not speak that. I speak all in common.
so you just all you know is there's commotion over there, and again, there's multiple voices speaking in that direction.
Okay, because he doesn't know what it is, he's just going to turn to the rest of the group, and he's just to point at whatever the direction of what he's hearing and go, ah, ah, ah.
Okay.
Gabrielle will ask him in mind what's going on.
Noises in the distance. Noises.
All right. And she'll very quietly tell the rest of the group vocally what he.
Okay. So everybody is now made aware of this, and you guys at this point,
Yep.
After spending a few moments, you all hear the same thing. You hear commotion off in the jungle. It's obviously language being spoken. Who speaks Draconic?
I
Doctor.
do.
The elephant speaks Draconic.
You
Because of
clearly
where she came from, I have a actual in-game reason.
you do speak
Of course.
Draconic. You do understand at this point that it's not a dragon. It's not a kobold. More along the lines, it sounds like lizard folk.
Okay.
You're hearing now that you're really listening and paying attention to it. I need you to make me a perception check.
Okie doke. 10.
10? Yeah, you're not sure, but you know there's more than 5.
Can I tell what they're saying at all?
Yeah, there's a lot of different conversation. A lot of them are talking about different raids that they've picked up from individuals along the road. They do talk about their prize, but nothing specific about what that prize is. And they're talking about ransoming the prize off and wondering how much it could get them. You do hear that. You do hear one individual that seems to have some authority when he speaks to the others, that he says something along the lines, "Be ready to move on my command." You do
Definitely
hear
going to
that phrase.
definitely going to relay that. That they're saying, "Be ready to move on my command." That they have some sort of prize. That they're wondering how much is going to ransom. Trying to be quick with relaying it so that we can decide what to do. And I'd probably say, whoever is the sneakiest might want to check and see if it's our friends.
Okay.
Do we have anyone really sneaky?
Probably not me. I've only got a +2.
I have a +5, but I haven't been rolling well.
Whistler raised his hand.
Uh-huh. I'm listening. What do you want, Whistler?
He points to the direction that Daksha was talking about.
Oh, you
Should we
good?
trust the bird to screw this up not screw this up monumentally.
I
Hmm.
could go with him. I'm not too shabby on stealth.
Whistler
It
just
might
really
want to.
and rattles it like this.
I'll get your stick away from me, boy.
You can
John
understand them,
tries
right,
to
Doctor?
slip away and immediately steps on a twig.
Sorry, wait, what?
John just tries to slip away quietly and immediately steps on a twig.
Awesome.
Snap.
Is that what he actually did?
Yeah, pretty soon we're gonna have Whistler, the Kenku on a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my
We're
other
going to use
stick.
that stick for a spit.
John tried to stealth away and got
So
a
what's the
natural
what's the
one.
plan? Who's going? So you tried to step away, and okay, John, you tried to move away from the group towards the voices, or further down the road.
Just away from the group and towards the voices, but as soon as I tried to move away, I stepped on a twig and cracked it.
Yeah, you stepped on a twig and lose your footing, and you kind of stumble a little bit. It creates a little bit of noise, but you.
Oh no.
I think Doctor and
Doc
Whistler
should
were the ones.
make me a perception at disadvantage because you're kind of distracted
Okay.
that John kind of stumbled and made some noise.
I thought I was good at hiding.
9.
Yeah, you just you hear him stumble and fall. It doesn't sound like any change from the area ahead.
Can I roll that?
Why? You don't understand the language.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
I understand now why I couldn't.
Yeah.
Why did it?
So are you gonna go, Doctor, because you can understand them?
That makes sense.
Which is what
yeah,
I was
sure.
thinking.
Okay.
And you can always communicate with one of us.
So, Doctor, you're going?
You speak to
Yeah.
the bird. Can you do the same to me? That's
Yeah,
very. I will not give away my position.
Yes.
You're going to talk in your
Mhm.
mind. Okay.
Oh.
So she'll
okay,
try
yeah,
to stealth
yeah,
over
sure.
there.
So roll
Doctor
me.
might be the better one to
stealth
do the
check.
message.
Here we go. Gotta love when you roll low. 10.
Yeah, you think you're being quiet.
No, +5. You think you think I'd do better than that.
Okay.
Whistler's gonna follow her.
Yeah, that's fine. You can make me a stealth check too.
Well, at least we have open communication with her in case something goes
that's
wrong.
22.
Huh? 22?
Yeah.
No, you're quiet. You have no problem. You're pretty silent. And but everybody can kind of hear Daksha as she's moving through the jungle a little bit.
Yeah. Sure.
She's not being overly loud, but she's not being quiet at all. And because of that,
It is an elephant through the brush.
you move forward and you're kind of going. You go ahead about 30 feet, then you're 60 feet away from the road. And then you see a little bit of a clearing up ahead a ways, and now you're 90 feet away, and the trees start to get thinner and thinner and thinner. And this is where the voices should be. There's nobody there.
No.
I'm officially readying a spell.
Can I use my sense of smell to see if I can smell a trail or anything?
You smell this dank, swampy type smell in the area. It's a little bit, I mean, it's still jungly-y. Like you do smell the smell of fungus and moss and mold and that kind of thing as well. The ground here is a little bit spongy and soft. As you're looking around, there was somebody here. You can just, it's just the smell that there was something here. There's parts moss, even though it's very spongy under your feet. You can see spots that haven't quite returned to their normal resilience yet, their normal shape of the moss. There was something or things stepping here. You guys can make me, actually, you wouldn't know it. Maybe Whistler, make me a survival check, please.
Okay. That's a 16.
That is a 16. You are not 100% positive the exact numbers. You were told already that it was more than 5. Well, you've determined just by looking at some of these imprints on the grounds and everything else, there's more than 10.
Okay,
Man.
I'm turning to Daksha and I'm raising this many fingers.
I'll shake my head, kind of nod to him, but I understand.
Okay.
And I'll message back to her with our link that we have right now.
I'm going to
There
be holding
was at least 10, but I think we may have alerted them.
And
Oh dear.
as for what I'm doing, I'm going to hold the darkness spell just in case.
Okay. Well, you're just
I
standing
think
here.
she'll relay the message to the others.
I'm
Okay.
going to try and track it, and I will tell that to Gabrielle as well.
If you go much further, I might not be able to keep the connection.
Okay.
You may want to follow in the distance.
We may see if we can get Knockfin to send you a message.
Okay. So
All
what's
right.
the plan? So you're going to track or try to track them.
Yes. Yes.
And Gabrielle will relay to the other two what she learned from Daksha.
So there's at least 10 of them, and she's trying to track and move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably keep up with them.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I relate
to.
to.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I'll stay at least
I
30
can-
or 40 feet behind.
All right, so you
can
catch
keep
up a
up
little
with
bit.
them.
You get up to about 40 feet behind them.
Mhm.
So you can just see the clearing where they're standing now. And you see Daksha kind of moving off in a certain direction. Daksha, you can make me a survival roll, please.
Okay. Can I use my sense of smell along with
Yes.
that?
Make it with advantage.
Awesome. Yay. Nat 20!
Yes.
Nice. You have no problem tracking. Actually, as a matter of fact, you kind of go around another bunch of jungle trees that are there and some bushes that are there, and you see a whole bunch of footprints. And you are 100% positive now the exact number. You kind of spend a moment just double checking to make sure it's not the same set of prints. A total number, including everybody, is 20. There are 20 of these lizard folk individuals. There are a few spots on the ground as you're moving that looks like there's been some form of a struggle there at one point. Looks like there may have been a fight on the mossy grass patches. As you are moving closer to the rocky surface of the mountain edge, where it is all dark and shadowed and craggy and everything everywhere. And as you move a couple rounds later, you guys are all following behind, and sure enough, as you're going past these areas, you notice them as well. You don't have the exact count on what there is, but you know there's a large group of people. Looks like there was some kind of a struggle, at a few spots. And then as you round one corner and you're right getting close to the edge of the rock face, you see a cave opening. And that is where the scent is leading you. And actually, at this point, Daksha, you can smell some kind of cooking meat from inside that cave.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to relay that back to the rest of the group. There's at least 20
Gabrielle
people.
has been staying within 30 feet to talk to her. Has been staying within that 30 feet to talk to her.
Yeah.
Keeping it telepathically open.
So you
Does
guys
anybody know what a small pirate would smell like cooked?
Yeah.
Yeah, what
particularly smell like pirate?
You've smelled burning flesh before, and this does smell burning flesh-ish, but not humanoid that you can tell. It smells like some form of animal, maybe.
Does there in the like fur smell?
Yeah, it definitely doesn't smell like what you smelled bodies burning before. I mean, that's a common burial method in a lot of parts
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
realms.
Yeah,
As you
yeah,
travel,
sure.
would be burning, and it's not that.
If we're gonna go in, I suggest we go in quietly.
Very. They've
Okay.
already possibly spotted us once. We definitely
Um,
want to be quiet.
So we
I almost
are.
want to be
You
quiet.
guys can at this point load up Owlbear. As
Okay.
I've switched over
Yeah,
to
I've
what
done that already.
everybody can now see of where the group is and where you're standing. So who
Okay.
would be the first to go into the cave?
I'm all right with going first if no one else wants to.
If Doctor's going, I'm going right behind her.
So Doctor, you're going in. Doctor, do you have dark vision?
Yep. No, I do not.
Okay.
I do, up to 120 feet. So I can guide
And
him.
I'd probably have him shift in front of me, and I'd like hold onto his
do
shoulder.
60 feet.
Say that again, John.
I have 60-foot dark vision.
Okay, so maybe John should go in first, then with Dag, because they've both got dark vision, and then me.
No, I
and-
don't have dark vision.
Okay, so yeah, then,
Whistler
does.
but you understand their language.
Yeah, I get.
So maybe
Yeah.
you guys should go ahead, and me and Gabrielle and
Yeah.
Whistler will take the rear.
I figure whoever's leading with dark vision, I'll hold on to their shoulder if it's all right.
Yeah. Well, the reason I say because Whistler has dark vision as well, so he can be with the back group with us, and then you
Right.
two have got dark vision, or
Yeah, I like
John has
that.
got dark vision for the front, and like I said, you control the language, so you can kind of pass little messages back to us in case shit goes
Yeah,
down.
I like
Yep.
that.
And I can see it in the dark as well, so it'll help with that
Oh,
group.
perfect. Okay, cool.
So
Like,
John, you're
remember, I have double sight up to 120 feet.
so John,
One-
you're in the
Okay.
front. John, what's the range on your dark vision, please?
60 feet.
60 feet.
And where do I find the Owlbear link?
It's in our chat for the Discord, that the video chat that we've been posting stuff in. It's pretty far up.
Yeah, I'm about to say the same thing. Let's see if I can repost it.
I do.
Yeah, Gabrielle being squishy tends to like to be in the back.
Reposted it for you in the bottom.
Oh dear.
Dankeschön.
Okay, so
Oh,
that's
for
pretty much
shame.
what you can see at this point. Moving up,
Okay.
I think everybody should be able to see something at this point.
Am
Is
I not
John?
on the map or?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're getting
Oh, I
everybody
got
in. So John is first.
Whistler is huge.
Trying to see why.
Viscilla, I did not know you had a growth spurt.
Bigger than Doxa.
You're larger than a Doxodon.
And
I
I'm going to
suddenly
have my
become a-
pistol out and loaded and ready.
Okay, I'm just having a hard time
follow
getting the
suit.
thing to keep moving and not
No,
freeze
that's
on me.
cool.
Understandable.
We'll have to figure that out as we go. So, I just got to move this over so everybody can see it, and then that should cover it right there. Okay, so yes, this is what John, you can see as we have moved forward. And there are individuals in this room. I'm going to use these over here. 1, 2, 3.
Why?
Ooh.
What are those?
Those are lizard folk.
Piggly Wigglies.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's just what I was using.
They don't really have a lizard.
At least
all
they're
my
not
tokens
swogans.
got deleted, so yeah, I'm kind of.
Oh no, really?
Yeah. So that is
Oh,
what
weak.
you currently see moving ahead.
Oh my.
And Whistler, I'm going to make you a little bit smaller.
Oh, I was enjoying being bigger than Doctor for a second.
Never happened, my friend.
Not unless he gets large. What is it? Enlarge and reduce.
Yeah, it's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Mhm, it is.
Okay, and who was behind Whistler?
I guess that'd be me.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Gabrielle and Whistler
Yep.
were in the back.
Yep.
Mhm.
I was leading that group, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Whistler and then me and then Gabrielle probably.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I can see up to 120 feet.
So could I.
Yep.
So we got
So the turtle's holding the Kenku's shoulder this time.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Gabrielle's kind of like, making sure she's going the right direction.
Yeah, really.
Like,
Well,
don't
check
go
if
into the
anything-
wall. Here.
Check if anything comes up from behind us.
Yep.
Okay, and you can do 120 feet. So, what you see then, pretty clear. You can see even farther than
Mm-hmm.
they can. You see the
I love
back
double sight.
of the cave, or at least part of the back. You're not sure off to the sides or anything like that, but you do see that there is something hanging from the ceiling in that particular vicinity.
Can I tell what it is?
At 120 feet, it looks like something wrapped in burlap.
Okay.
About
I think she's gonna.
humanoid
Oh, go ahead.
sized.
Oh dear.
She's gonna let Knockfin know with that her telepathy that she spotted something way
Okay.
back in the cave, wrapped in burlap.
Okay.
Okay, and just so everybody else in the chat can see what we're talking about, at the far end there, I'm going to put it over more to the center. This is what they see, or what Gabrielle sees. Far end. There is something at the far end there hanging from the ceiling. That is what you. So there are that many lizard folk that you can definitely see in front of you. And what is your immediate thoughts on that? What are you doing, John? Daksha, you're in the front. You are so far. They don't seem to even notice you. They're carrying on about their business. They seem to be doing whatever they're going through stuff in satchels and it looks like a lot of junk is what it looks like at this point in this particular area. There looks like there is some sleeping, beds laid out like straw things on the floor or on the ground, on the rocks. You do see a couple of volcanic vents that just kind of go off in the side and whatnot. So, what is your immediate response? And I know we are going just a little past 9 o'clock here, but I'm just trying to get to a certain point, guys.
Well, obviously, we'll either have to get by these guys to go see what that bundle is, or risk whatever they're going to do to the bundle to hopefully see them come out of the cave and ambush them.
I can't believe I'm actually saying this. I genuinely thought that I would never say these words that I'm about to say right now. Whistler, cast fog cloud.
For once, it's useful.
Yeah, we could actually use it really well here.
Okay.
I do have a question about the fog cloud, though.
Yeah.
Will my devils going to allow me to see in the fog cloud, or is it specifically just darkness? Magical darkness.
Yeah, because fog cloud
Yeah,
is
that is a
technically
complicated one.
magical, isn't it?
I think you can
fog
see
cloud
through
is
it.
magical.
I think you can see.
So I can
through
see
it.
through it.
Cool.
For once, it isn't going to be a
They've
problem.
asked you, Whistler, to cast fog cloud.
Okay, I'm going to
You're not
grab
in
onto
combat
whoever
right
can see.
I am casting fog
Oh,
as a
shit, here we
second
go.
level spell.
Okay, so where is it centered, first of all?
I think I'll center it right in the middle of the horde of dudes.
Okay, and how big is
Try and
it?
catch as many as you can on that, I think.
Yeah, try to get as many of them as I can. And at level 2, because I cast it as a level 2 spell, it will be 40 feet. So yeah, big cloud this time.
Whistler's like, hee, 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 I finally get to do this.
Okay,
So,
so it
question:
looks like
since Gabrielle can see through the fog cloud, can she kind of try and direct not Finn because she's directly behind him?
yeah.
Kind of mentally give him cues of move here, you guide him to where he's not coming in anything.
Yeah, not a problem at all. So the fog cloud goes off. There is chaos and confusion in the room.
Good.
And who's moving first into the room?
Well, knowing that with the having the mental leg, I'd ask is, we have a plan to get through this fog? Because did we actually say that she can see through the fog? Because she doesn't. Doctor doesn't know she can see through
That's
the fog.
true.
So
So just say it'll be
We have a
fun.
plan on how we're going to get through.
Gabrielle's going to go first.
Oh god.
We're gonna have to lead us.
I
Okay.
will. I'll like grip on.
Conga line.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll like grip onto the back of her shirt.
And you've got
Yep.
30-foot movement.
Yes, 30-foot movement.
Okay.
And she's gonna, tell everyone, if I'm gonna do this, make sure I don't die. I am squishy.
That's why I'm going with you.
Thank you,
Mhm.
Knox.
Go back.
On your
So, yeah.
on the dock shirt, whatever I can grab.
Here we go.
She let's say grab onto her tail. Like because elephants will do the tails and the trunks. She'll let him hold onto her tail.
Okay, so
Okay.
you guys have gotten
Yeah.
in. Daksha, you're just a little, or not Daksha, Gabrielle, you're a little over halfway through the fog cloud to the other side. And John, you're following in behind. Who's going behind John? Anybody?
So who is it? Daksha, John.
I'm going to
Whistler.
try to be stealthy.
My claws are tightly gripping onto Doctor's tail.
Okay, hold on. What's the order?
Well, right now it's
Gabrielle,
Gabrielle went
Gabrielle,
forward
not
first because
Finn.
she can see.
Okay, Gabrielle, John.
Gabrielle, not Finn, and John, right?
Gabrielle, John.
Oh, was
Okay,
John?
so
I thought Knockfin was right behind me.
That's what I thought. I thought I was behind.
Yeah, Knockfin was right
Gabrielle.
behind me.
Okay,
Sure.
so Knockfin's right behind. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, that's okay. Just want to make
You're
sure.
good.
we got it
You're
right.
good.
Okay, so right there.
Does John want to be up with Gabrielle? Because you can see. Can you see through the fog? Like, can you see through magical?
Nope.
No way. Right.
He's the only
so
one that
then
can.
Why don't you grab onto Gabrielle?
You
as
could
well?
hold her hand.
Yeah.
I could technically see through my own darkness, but I casted fog cloud, not darkness.
Okay,
Yeah, sure.
So you guys are all basically joining hands or something of that nature,
Yeah.
and making your way
It's a
through,
conga line. Yep.
making your way through this particular
Yeah, sure. Kind of
fog
like
cloud.
dictating it.
Yep.
Gabrielle, you continue forward and you get right to the edge of the fog cloud, and everybody else can follow right in behind you. You've been able to manage to stay away, from any of them. As far as you can tell, you're not sure exactly how far you or how close. What's going on? Okay. So you guys are following that path. Now, Gabrielle, you have reached the far side of the cave that you've been able to kind of foresee. I'm just so now at this point you can see there we go. See that, and you hear Daksha, make me perception check, please.
Okay.
Oh dear.
$14.
14. A voice from just off to your right. You can hear it or make out the sound that the word now loud. You guys all hear something from the fog behind you. You hear that, and what you are at this point seeing, Gabrielle.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
the squishy
dear.
cute person does not like being in front.
I don't think it would have mattered at this point because it's an ambush.
Oh, I know.
And there are more voices in behind them in the darkness in the cave. With that, guys, we're gonna call an end to season 1. They found one something hanging from a sack at the end of this particular cave,
Yeah.
and a great number of lizard folk here to kind of get in the way. So what happens? Well, you'll have to stay tuned for next season and see what
Wow.
happens.
Talk about cliffhanger for next season.
It is a big
Yeah,
one.
right.
You guys haven't had anything this big before. So with with that in mind, guys, I'm going to switch back to our regular screen. So that
was
we
an awesome
are
cliffhanger,
all
by the way.
here. Now, I didn't really talk about what's happening next. What is happening next is, as I mentioned before, it's a brand new stream. It is still going to be 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. It is still our homebrew world of Oyala and Dur. However, what the main difference is the environment. Probably the least hospitable environment that there is in this particular world, or one of the least hospitable environments. The series will be called Bitter Cold. It's going to take place in the furthest north reaches of Oyala and Dur, and it will follow the adventures of 4 very hardy individuals, one of which is a Warforged, like none other.
Hmm.
With a little bit of a twist, you will have to tune in to find out what I'm talking about there. We have a human wizard that stands, well, almost 7 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah, he looks like a Viking wizard, to be honest with you. Kind of this big, burly lumberjack type guy.
Nice.
We do have a minotaur that will be
Cool.
joining the party, one like they have never yet encountered. And then we have, well, the probably the most timid of the bunch. We have the gnome barbarian, who kind of looks more like a gnome alchemist, to be honest with you. Very tiny, and carrying around a bunch of flasks and bottles and whatnot. So that is what you're going to have for
Interesting.
the series of Bitter Cold, which will be starting the last half of February.
Cool.
It will be Sunday evenings from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. It may go a little bit earlier than that, obviously, and we're not going to be 3 hours every single time, but we're just making room for it. And it's a little bit different. I mean, this game has been a little bit of a challenge because we had 6 players, a little bit of a struggle with 6. Doing an online game, even 5 can be sometimes difficult at times to get a lot done and organized. So it'll be a little bit different. It was voted on that we are keeping it with 4 people. There will be special guests brought in, hopefully once a month. But this series will only go for 3 months, and then we're going to evaluate our schedules. And if schedules permit, we'll be returning with season 3 of Emerald Legion at that time. And I know a lot of people are excited about that as well. I know I am excited to bring that back. But until, my schedule and some other player schedules can work themselves out, we can return to Tuesdays, which will be good for me eventually. But for right now, it is Sundays. So again, we're looking forward to that. Stay tuned for more information on that particular stream and when to expect it and what to expect. Thank you very much for the cheers and the loves, and I'm really glad that you guys were able to join us in chat and watch our season finale and our little bit of a cliffhanger here. Let's pray and hope my maps don't go missing in the meantime. Otherwise, I'll have to reset this all up again because they did go missing already from the last time. So it's there. I'm going to go around the table. We're gonna meet the players behind the characters, momentarily. But again, I just want to make sure I invite everybody here to attend Thursday evening, 7 p.m. on our Twitch channel, as myself, Dag7, Lorelei Redfern, Black Lantern Ace, Malta Starlight, Jen Ever, we all get together. Oh, and Ghastly Gengar as well. And we do our stream on the Bcraft SMP. So very excited about that Minecraft stream as well. So anyway, I'm going to go around the table now, and we can introduce ourselves to the player behind the beast. And Knockfin.
Oh, Knockfin. I'm Garrett. I've been playing Knockfin, the wow, I can't speak. The Tortle Sorcerer. Try saying that 5 times fast. You can find me on Twitter at that D&D guy, and on Instagram at that D&D guy as well.
Excellent. And let's go to Daksha.
I'm Dag_Crystal or Naomi in real life. I usually go by Dag_Crystal for most things, or a variation of that, like Dag7. And hopefully, since this season is wrapping up, Lorelei and I are hoping to stream our own show during the 2 days until things change.
Where did that? Gabrielle.
Hi, I'm Lorelei. I've been playing our wonderful Triton Warlock, Gabrielle, and like Dag said, we are going to be hopefully having our stream on Dag and Grace Adventures on Twitch starting next week. You can find me on Facebook as Lorelei Redfern, and I'm usually on the Discord as Grey Wolf. But yeah, look forward to getting our Twitch up and running, or
Excellent.
YouTube. We're not quite sure which yet.
Excellent. And Whistler.
Well, I'm Jack. I was playing our lovely Kenku Sorcerer Whistler. And you can see me on the socials at Black Lantern Ace, specifically Twitter. And you can see me on our Discord as RuneScar DM, officially.
Excellent. And John.
I'm Rob. I play John Cardinal, and you can find me on most socials under a variant of my name, Rob, or Honey Badger, my nickname.
Okay, excellent.
Or some mixture of the two.
Yeah, Honey Badger Rob, in case people didn't figure it out.
Actually, the bold.
And I'm Deacon Blues, the Dungeon Master and head of Deacon's Table. And again, I want to make sure everybody, understand how grateful we are that we were able to be joined by some new people in chat and some familiar faces as well. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you do, make sure you like and subscribe or follow, whichever is best for you. If you are able to subscribe and you do have a Twitch Prime membership, you can apply your Twitch Prime membership to a membership for Deacon's Table. It would really go a long way to help out. Again, we really appreciate that. We are going to do a raid here, just so everybody is familiar. We're going to raid some folks over at Dice Cream Sandwich. We don't have a lot of folks to join, but show them some love when you reach over there, if you can. But in the meantime, guys, be excellent to one another. And when you're playing, and we all love to play, make sure you are playing safe. And until then, guys, bye for now, and much love. Love you guys.
Bye.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
And
Bye,
if
everyone.
at all possible, try not to play with yourself.
Not safe for work, but that's why we rated the stream as that. We're all good. All right, guys. So stay tuned for the raid, and we will be doing that in 1 second. Okay, let's do raid. Ice cream. 3, 4, 4, 4, on 4, only 4. Damn it. It's a raid. Yeah,